fame. Paid attention how you change. You know that I never change. Know that you ain't feeling my pain. Yeah. 2016, I got locked in.
We don't need no cameraman. If Kavis ain't shooting that bitch, that shit getting shot.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Kavis TV, man. We back with another video. We back with another reaction video. In today's video, this title is Larry Bird Greatest Moments. Y'all know how much we love reacting to Larry Bird. Y'all know Larry Bird is one of my favorites, so we finna get into it because of y'all though. Because of y'all, he's one of my favorites now. But yeah, man, we finna get into it, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to this video, man. We finna get into it. I know it's finna be a great video. I just know it, man. Let's go.
Please. Bird's the man they want to have it. Yes, indeed. Bird for three. Yes! Larry Bird for three with 4 seconds to go. Celtics lead it by... Gets it in the Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it! Ball game's over. Tie game. 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball. No shot clock.
They called a timeout. He said, you know I'm going to get it. And I said, I know I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to timeout. I'm going to go play. And I was like, this is what I'm going to run. All right, then you get the ball. You go over here and you pass to Kevin. Then you go to the corner. And Robert, you come over. Then about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way. Now, after the timeout, we walked back on the court. Larry was going down to his position. So he tells Davies, I'm getting the ball. Yeah, he said, I'm going to get it right here. I'm going to shoot it right in your face. 10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds on the clock. And, you know, he was like, I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the little sideline like, damn. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that he will contribute in the clutch time after John. Larry tries to fight his way through with Barkley all over him. They're not going to call a foul. Goes to Bird. He's open. Got it.
To spread the ball defensively. Let's see if they find it all the way down. Inside line, center zone. You can't dump it yet. Now you can quickly. Good. 3.7 seconds left. Larry Bird gives the ball to the Celtics. A 2-point lead. Bird down low. Gets the ball behind. Michael comes over to try for the block. Nothing but
If you put all of us in a room, you know,
Man, Bird used to give MJ hell, man. Well, hey, is what I see, man. Don't go to arguing, man.
Dick, Jordan, myself, and Bird. Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
Thomas wants to get it in quickly. Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ. Right up 1 second left. What a play by Bird. Bird stole the inbounding pass. Laid it up to DJ. DJ laid it up to him. And Boston has a 1-point lead with 1 second left. We're in overtime. Tied at 123. Bird rotates in. Bird pops out. Avoids the steal. Gets it over to DJ. Bird goes right into the pivot. Now DJ holds the ball. Back into Bird. The ball away is gone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Boston Celtics have even this NBA World Championship Series at 2 games apiece.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot. KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball.
2 seconds left. The Bullets by 1. Aims to Bird. He gets a good shot in the Celtics net. Boy, this is something else. Incredible. Bird wins it back to the buzzer.
How many people you know would talk to the other team like this and say, I'm going to stick it in your face?
Bird, a runner. It's good.
He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and I said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He goes, "Confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything." He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. The coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
Larry Bird catches the ball in the corner. I take off running out at Larry Bird. And right when he's getting ready to shoot, I jump. And as I go by, him, he tells me, he says, "Fly, Bird." And I go right by him, he shoots the ball. It's nothing but nylon.
Larry Bird was a pain in the neck. Anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
Larry Bird. His own shot.
There was a certain confidence you had because, you know, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way. And he delivered.
The double team at Bird. Larry, fake, all the way. All right.
He was a cold-blooded killer. But when you played against somebody, do you remember? Well, you had the Bird night.
I had the
in
Bird night.
New Orleans.
That was a tough night, man. The biggest argument that night is, well, you only scored 6 on me.
But nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
No, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and, you know, Bird talked a lot of trash.
And that's in New Orleans.
That's in New Orleans. In that game, we're on the free throw line, and he's like, he literally says, left side across the 3, and you're listening to him. That's a tough feeling.
But okay, so you guys got Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think, for
and Eddie Johnson for celebrating
Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was the greatest film session ever, because back then you didn't have, you know, you watched the real game and just went, you know, with a video, and Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept, not the shot, he just kept rewinding it, showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that. So it
wasn't somebody not playing good defense on Bird. It was you guys celebrating Larry Bird.
And Fratello wouldn't let it go. It just kept rewinding. And it was.
I think Bird went by the bench one time too.
He fell in the bench.
Yeah, he did.
And he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, "Off the glass into the trainer." And, and so it was a bad night.
He was a basketball genius. He'd be a step ahead, a thought ahead, play the game like a chess game. I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird, because you have to play the game as a thinker when you're playing him. You have to get inside his mind. Larry wasn't quick, couldn't jump really high, but there was just some sleepless nights.
Bird takes the ball. It's gone.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first 3-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. And then he finally speaks and says, "I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second."
Some pure trash talking and just general bravado. And the theatrics of it all was made for Larry.
And Larry would back up his boast by not only winning the contest, but blowing away the competition with a phenomenal shooting display.
That chicks had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
At the end of one of the trips, he had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players, and the media too, we were all standing around waiting to leave. He said, "Tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters." And at the end of 3 quarters, the next night in Portland against poor Jerome Kersey, he had 27 points left-handed. And it was remarkable.
Larry fakes it. He passed it off the backboard to himself.
This guy was going to do one thing almost every night that really spun your head around, made you do like.
couldn't believe this was happening.
Bird to Vincent to Bird. Over the backboard! Oh, I don't believe it.
He was playing chess and everybody else was playing checkers. He was 3 moves ahead of everybody else. And you never know what he was going to do, but you knew it was going to be something
Bird
special.
it out. Bird
Bird
out.
steals it. You can see it coming, and look at the pass to McHale.
Isn't that beautiful?
In last year's playoffs, Person was out to make Bird eat his words while adding a few choice comments of his own.
Chuck Person, he definitely has his reputation. During the playoffs, he just went AWOL, and he just went to work.
You can see Bill playing a little. Bird giving it back to him. Chuck Person can talk some trash to Larry Bird now. He scored the last 16 points.
Chuck and Larry down low, greeting one another once again.
Bird, he has caught fire. Person. And had something to say afterward. And look at Bird. Person didn't dare look at him.
Yeah, it is a little special because I've known Chuck for a while, and we've always had run-ins, but it always seems like I get the last word.
88. It looked like his luck had finally run out. He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for him.
2 seconds remaining. Has only 7. Has to be 15.
That's 8, making 9, and 10, and 11 as we're counting. 13. He's still got to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
Then the game begins. Magic and Larry come out together, 2 guys that had saved the league. They wouldn't even be playing this game without those 2. And Magic passed the ball. Larry makes the first basket.
Banking in, goes to the fadeaway.
I mean, it just didn't get any better than that.
The U.S. was off and running, and the result was a thing of beauty.
Johnson leading the break.
And no one seemed more excited to be sharing the court than the co-captains.
Bird for 3.
Opening night was a smashing success, with the outcome never in doubt.
From Magic to Portland.
And late in the game, fans in Portland decided they wanted a curtain call from a 3-time MVP.
The crowd start cheering, Larry, Larry, Larry.
Crowd reacts to the entrance of Larry Bird. A standing ovation.
And as he'd done so many other times in his career, Larry Bird rose to the occasion.
Jordan with the behind-the-back save. Here's Bird. Yes.
You just knew that Larry Bird was not going to miss that shot.
It was a virtually flawless performance. The final margin of victory was 77 points. And Magic and Bird had led.
Enjoy this video of Larry Bird as much as I did. Make sure you leave a comment down below, man. Leave your opinion down below, man. I want to hear everything, man. I want to see. I want to hear. If you're new to the channel, man, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. I'll see y'all next video, man. I love y'all. Okay.
Been on the most, and out on the most. Finally got my weight up. Leaving the count, my nigga head down.